What is that? What the heck is that? Hello folks and welcome to Action Angling. Today I'm going to be headed over to Port Dover. It's the second day of the Perch Derby, but I haven't entered yet because yesterday was trout opener and that was just more my thing. Although, I don't know, I talk a lot of crap about trout, so maybe I should have just done the Perch Derby yesterday. But anyways, would have saved a lot of gas. Yeah, we're going to go check it out. It's a nice local event, and I'm going to try and show you the ins and outs of it. And it's a 2-week event, so I mean, I'll try and get this video up tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, you can bring your family down, try and catch $1,000 fish or whatever. It's a lot of fun today in Action Angling. Alrighty, got my ticket. I'm just covering up my personal information. You don't need to know that. But yeah, they gave me that. Flip that over. They give you a pin, so you get to keep that. It's sort of an annual thing, tradition, to keep that pin. And yeah, then you're entered. So maybe we'll do a little tour around and just show you. You know, the weather isn't great today, but I'm already seeing quite a few people fishing, at least here. And I'll show you a couple of the public spots. I'm going to go to a private spot just because I'm filming and I don't want a lot of I don't want to be interfering with other people fishing, and I don't want them interfering with the video too much. So I'm going to go around and I'll show you a few of the public spots where you can fish for the Perch Derby. And it's actually pretty busy, at least down here, I think, because it's windy. I'm kind of upriver a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to get a perch. Like, honestly, up there kind of sucks for a perch, but we'll see what we can get. And, you know, it's always worth it just to buy a ticket. Number one, when you buy a ticket, you're already entered into a draw. You can win a boat just by buying a ticket. Spend 20 bucks, win a boat. Hey, that's a pretty good deal. And so the way it works is every day they have daily draw prizes. So all you have to do is bring in a perch that you caught in your pail, and you're entered for a daily draw. You can only enter once, but yeah. So that's how that works. And there's kids entries, like separate category for kids, and there's a separate category for adults. So yeah, everybody in the family has a chance. There's also, I think, 20 tagged perch, and I think 10 or $1,000 if you get one of those tagged perch, and the other 10 are $100 unless they changed it. That's how it worked the last time I fished in the Derby. And so yeah, if you get a tagged perch, it could be payday for you, yo. And it comes right around tax time, so you can't tell me you don't have that 20 bucks. You know, the government gave me 20 bucks, so I'm gonna use it for a Derby ticket. So let's go check things out, show you Port Dover if you haven't been here before. A lot of people don't know I grew up in Port Dover for most of my childhood. Before that, I was in a hive of villainy and scum. But yeah, then we moved to Port Dover, and this was my main event when I was a kid. Not so serious about it anymore, obviously, but when I was a kid, it was like, oh yeah, this is our competitive fishing, this is our chance. So I've never got a tagged perch in my life, so it'd be great if I got one on video today. I knew plenty of people who did, though, over the years. I was very jealous, so hopefully I can get $1,000 fish. That'd be amazing. Let's go check out some spots and give you the run around here. Okay, so we're up here. This is Harbor Street, it's called. You have to kind of turn at Tim Hortons to get to this section of it. And over there is the Port Dover Harbor Museum. We're lined up with a lot of people fishing. That's great. That is great, considering the weather isn't so good. Oh, there's even a boat coming in, out doing some perch fishing. And yeah, all the way up here to the lift bridge. That's all publicly fishable. You can fish on the other side of the lift bridge as well. Over there. Well, there's my dirty fingernail. Literally straight across the river over there. Not too much parking, but you can fish the old bridge base over there. And this is where people like to come when it's kind of windy and the weather's not so great, because you're a little more sheltered here. And I caught a lot of good fish here. A lot of big perch. And I can tell you, in my lifetime, there isn't a species of fish I haven't seen come out of this river, up to and including sturgeon. Like everything you can possibly think of that's in Lake Erie, I've seen caught here over the years. And I mean up here, not just off the pier. So yeah, it's not just about perch, but Obviously, everybody wants that $1,000 tag perch. Not seeing anyone catching any fish, but it's par for the course. It is the second day, and very busy. There's a lot of lines in the water. And so now we're here at the pier. This is also Harbor Street. I guess things have changed since the last time I was here, because you can just drive right up Harbor Street now. And it is lined up. Again, that's awesome. Oh, seen a hook set over there. I don't think it caught the fish though. And yeah, you can fish right up to here. You used to be able to fish there, but that's literally collapsed into the water now. Used to be a cottage there. A musician used to own it. I forget his name. Red Eaglesmith. There's some people on the other side of the harbor. Oh, all over the place. So maybe they just let you fish there for the derby, because as far as I know, they don't normally let you fish on the other side. But yeah, very busy place. And by the way, if you're ever hungry, tons of good restaurants down here. There's one right here. They serve barbecue brisket sandwich. And up there is one of my favorites, Willie's Restaurant. There's Nectal, there's Fisherman's Catch. Lots of places to get fish and chips. A hamburger, foot-long hot dog. The Arbor is another popular one. And yeah, looking good here. I'm glad that this place is bumping and it's so popular. But I think it's enough sightseeing, and maybe we'll do a couple hours of fishing here and see if we can get our tag perch. Alright, we got the GoPro strapped on. Oh my god, I'm not going to say either of those things. Anyways, we're up here. This is way up the river. I'm not going to spot burn this place. If you recognize it, good for you. But it's just kind of out of the way. Like I said, when I couldn't find a spot anywhere in town, it's nice to have one sort of out of the way spot where there ain't too many people. So I didn't talk about bait. There is a lot of minnows jumping on the surface out here. So if you have an umbrella net and are a little bit skilled with it, have a little patience, you know, you could probably net yourself up. Hey, that was something bigger. Net yourself up enough minnows to fish for the day. But otherwise, there's nowhere in town that actually sells minnows. Unfortunately, there used to be. But there's a lot of red tape for selling minnows nowadays, and it's probably just not worth their while. But there are places nearby. There's St. William's and all the places in Long Point. It's a little bit out of the way, quite a bit out of the way, honestly. But at least there's options somewhat nearby. But if you're coming from Hamilton, Brantford, anything like that, you'll probably want to get your minnows there before you leave home. And get yourself an aerator, insulated bucket. Make sure those minnows stay alive. I personally always have salted minnows. So that's what I plan to use. But, you know, honestly, I think I'm just going to bottom fish. Maybe I'll just throw an ultralight. You can get worms in town. That's something you can get. They sell them at the Pioneer Station right down by the Perch Derby headquarters. And a few of the other gas stations and places in town sell worms. So, and worms are a solid choice. Perch eat worms, by all means. Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw my ultralight out here with a worm. So yeah, I'm just going to go with a worm on the bottom. This, by all means, could catch me a perch. And I haven't not caught a perch here before. Like, I've caught perch here before in the past, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. So I was going to talk about rigs when I thought I had a cohesive plan in place, but yeah, I shot myself in the foot. I left too late in the day. It's a Sunday, you know, everybody's free on the weekend to fish. And I am not complaining. Like, that is so awesome that I could not find a spot to fish opening weekend of the Perch Derby. That means there's a lot of people participating, and that's what you want. Bring that money into Port Dover. Every municipality needs money right now, so when you can get a fishing derby that's that popular, hey, you're winning. Anyways, I was going to talk about rigs. So the number one rig that most people are using anywhere along the pier in that area is a picker rig. Super cheap, super simple. All you need is a pack of bell sinkers. Your picker rig comes with the hooks. They usually cost, like, I think nowadays they're probably $2. They used to be 97 cents when I was a kid. And you got two hooks, and they're raised off the bottom. You put a couple minnows or worms on there, cast it out, just let it sit and wait for the tap, tap, tap. simplest, easiest way to do it. And hey, every single tag perch I ever seen caught was caught on a pickerel rig. So there you go. It works. You can also float fish them. I did bring a float with me down here, so that's just fun to do when there's something biting. A light float rod. So it's kind of deep at the, I think it was 14 feet I marked on my castable fish finder there the other day, in the channel up there. So kind of deep for float fishing up that way, but if you can find a shallow flat along the wall, or if you're fishing shallow up here, float's a great way to do it. Obviously, can't beat the indication of a float and a hook. And it keeps your bait off the bottom and away from the gobies, which apparently are not a problem up here. And yeah, or you can do it like I'm doing right now. Hook, sinker, whip it out there and lay it right on the bottom, because perch eat off the bottom too. You will have problems with gobies upstream using a worm on the bottom, but if you have minnows, hey, some days it catches them better. Now, we've had like 8 or 10 minutes of talking. Let's see if we can get a fish. What is that? A huge bite? Is he on there? Slacklined me completely. Got him. Got him. Whatever it is, I got him. What do we got? A little bullhead. Well, we caught a fish. Unfortunately, it's not a yellow bullhead, and he swallowed the hook, because of course he did. Just broke my hook. Okay. Well, there we go. We got a fish. So I guess I didn't cover where to get a Perch Derby ticket. So there's actually a little headquarters, like, it's basically a shed that they've converted into the Perch Derby headquarters. It's right on Harbor Street. Or if they aren't open for some reason, there's also Bridge Yachts, which is like a boat sales and repair place. It's right next door to there, and that is on St. Andrew Street. You can also get them at Stoney's Hardware, which is it's right on Main Street. The Dover Dairy Bar, also on Main Street. And I can't remember the other place. Something paper and paint, but I believe it's also on Main Street. So basically, you can only get your ticket to import Dover. But I always just go to the headquarters place, because why not? It's right there by the by the fishing spot, and they're open 7 to 7 every day. And it's not an overly commercialized, like, money-making venture, this Port Dover Perch Derby. It is, I believe, run entirely by volunteers, volunteer firefighters and stuff like that, the Board of Trade. And the money is donated from the Board of Trade and sponsors in town. And all the daily draw prizes are donated by local businesses, small businesses. So you're really supporting something good if you come out to the Perch Derby. Even if you're like me and you can't find a spot and you can't catch a fish, it's a good thing to do, and hey, it's fun trying. And hey, I didn't get skunked. I came here and I caught a fish, so I can't complain. I think the fishing would be a little bit better for like a kid or something up towards the mouth where everybody is. Could just be an off day too, who knows. We just had a bunch of rain yesterday and a little bit more today. Muddied up the river. That could be slowing things down, but it is very warm. Got something going here. Got it. Yep, got him. Everything feels big on this super light crappie rod, so it's fun. I think it's just another bullhead though. What is that? What the heck is that? That's not a bullhead. Oh, it's a little tiny carp. Oh, there you go. Just a little tiny carp. Not gonna bust out my net. Probably should, because it's covered in mud. There we go. Just a little tiny carp. Got him on a teardrop and a worm. Took the minnow off a while ago. It's got to be a resident of the river. I don't think that's a lake run. Cool. I guess the other thing I can cover is what to bring if you plan on coming to the Perch Derby. You know, things that you might not think about. Like, I mean, obviously bring fishing equipment. The other thing that I would suggest is it's always probably 5 degrees colder when you're on the lake shore. So bring an extra layer. You know, if you're wearing a sweater at home, then bring a jacket too. Or if it's a t-shirt day, bring a sweater, because it's always going to be colder up here, especially when the wind picks up like it is now. Keep an eye on the weather. If they're forecasting rain, obviously bring a rain suit or a rain jacket or something, or an umbrella. And bring a bucket. I mean, I did bring a bucket. It's a minnow bucket, but big enough to hold a perch if I got one for my daily entry. But yeah, you're going to want to bring a 5-gallon pail or something. I mean, maybe if you get into the perch really good, you want to bring a meal home, so bring something to bring them home in, but definitely need something to keep the fish while you go and enter it for your daily entry, or if you're lucky enough to get a tagged fish, then... Was that a bite? It's getting hard to tell. I think I'm going to take the float off. I don't have too much time left anyway. But today wasn't really about my fishing experience. It was about just talking about the Perch Derby, and yeah, it's a big event around here, and I like to see lots of support. I like to see it keep on going until the day I die. Honestly, it's a really great thing they do for the community here. Okay, well, this sucks. No wonder I'm the only one fishing up here. Oh, at least I got some fish. So if this video garners any interest at all, you know, if it gets a good amount of views, we get some comments, some reactions, then I'll come back and I'll do another video, preferably in better perching grounds, and we'll actually put in a better effort to try and catch one of these tagged perch, or at least a perch, because they definitely aren't up the river. It's supposed to rain for like the next 3 days, and that's gonna muddy things up and make it tough, but then once the water clears again, should be fire, I think. Should warm the water up considerably. Not to mention warm nights. You know, it's all like, I think 10-degree nights in the next few days, as far as I looked. Yeah. As far as today goes, I am completely sopping wet, and I ain't catching enough to stay longer. Gotta go to bed. Keep hoping I'm gonna get a last-minute bite that isn't a freaking tiny little tap like that. Oh darn! That was a little bit better bite. Come on, fish. I've never seen fish that are so finicky to eat a worm. One thing that tells me is it's not all bullheads. Might have been some little perch. Probably just really, really tiny ones. They were in the river a few weeks ago. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Think about subscribing. I appreciate it. Every subscription helps me on my way to maybe making $1 off of YouTube one day.